First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
All right, we are back here with Fox 12 Now, and as always, thank you for joining us. We're live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, and as I mentioned, we're here every weekday. We start at 1 o'clock, we go throughout the afternoon. I will say, just today alone, we have covered a number of different stories, including Hanford, talking about the nuclear cleanup there, and then on top of that, we have also talked about an Oregon robotics competition. We have more this afternoon, but right now, we're going to talk to the Oregon Zoo about their new bongos. I'm not talking about drums. We're talking about African antelope, and we're going to get into that right now with Noah. Well, Noah, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time. And as you can see right behind you there, we are going to be talking about bongos, which I got to admit, I just learned what those were myself the other day when the Oregon Zoo announced them. But before we get into that, would you mind telling us just a little bit about yourself and your role there at the Oregon Zoo?
Yes, my name is Noah. I've been here for about 5 years. I've been a zookeeper for a few decades. I work on the Africa string, so we work with these bongo as well as giraffes and rhinoceros, lions, and painted dogs. These bongo, though, are one of my favorite animals. I've worked with them before, and I do very much love African antelope. So it was a joy to get these guys and have them arrive.
I have a lot of questions, but I'm just realizing one thing I've just maybe learned right now. So is the plural of bongo bongo?
Bongo, yeah, or bongos. You can say bongo. I don't think that there's a hard and fast rule for the plural versus singular for bongo.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to
We
make sure.
usually say bongo, though.
Okay, all right. Well, this is good to know. So that's amazing, though. So you've been doing this for a few decades, as you mentioned, but now working here with the Africa section there at the Oregon Zoo. But can you tell us, give us the overview or the backstory on bongo?
Well, bongo are there's a genus of antelope in Africa that are mainly forest antelope, or forest adjacent antelope. Bongo are part of this group. They're called tragelaphus, I think it is, and they all have similar characteristics: spiral horns. They usually have the big eyes or the big ears, excuse me, and then the stripes on the back. Bongo are one of the largest species of antelope in Africa. There are more than 60 species of antelope in Africa. The smallest are quite small. I think those are the blue duikers, which is also a forest-dwelling species, but the blue duikers are a little bit bigger than, say, maybe twice the size of a chihuahua. Wow. And then, so these guys, I think they're third or fourth largest, and they're all in the same genus. The largest is the eland, the giant eland, Patterson eland, and the greater kudu. So they're all relatives.
So they all kind of fall in that same family. And just to get the context in case somebody doesn't have it for the size, you said they're the third or fourth largest. How much do they weigh?
These guys, I believe it's up to 800 pounds. Wow. And the giant eland are over 1,000. I think the giant eland go up to 1,200 pounds. You'd have to, you can check on that for yourself. Sometimes it's hard to remember numbers.
That's fine. But hundreds of pounds is how much these guys weigh. And so they are now here at the Oregon Zoo. Where did they come from, and why was it they were transferred here to the Oregon Zoo?
They came from San Diego. So they came from the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, which is one of the main breeding facilities in the United States for this critically endangered species, the mountain bongo. So what happens is, generally, if San Diego had females, they would probably keep them and then trade out the father eventually, get another male in who is genetically compatible with them so that they could breed the most genetically diverse individuals for health reasons. But the boys need to go somewhere for holding, and there aren't many zoos that actually have mountain bongo, which is one of two species of bongo. So they're coming to us for holding, and what happens in the future, who knows? Maybe we'll get a girl and have babies one day, but right now we're holding these guys, and they're a great ambassador to educate the public about a species that's not really seen that much on television or nature programs because they are quite elusive forest animals. Yeah.
And so by holding them, they're here for a while. We don't know how long that'll be. Is that
Yeah, we don't know how long, but they're great. They're wonderful ambassadors. They're one of the most charismatic in my opinion. They're one of the most charismatic species of African antelope. Just absolutely beautiful. You can look at them behind me right now, and
Yeah.
they're absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful animals.
Yeah, looking at even some of the video here of them jumping around and I don't know, scaring each other or whatever they're doing there, just fascinating. So, what are some of the major concerns for them out in the wild? Because you said that they're critically endangered.
Loss of habitat, poaching. These guys are mainly in a mountain region in Kenya, so they're mountain bongos, eastern bongos. There's also a lowland western bongo that is near threatened. But these guys, there's anywhere between 100 and 200 left in the wild, these mountain bongo. So that is critically endangered. So loss of habitat, poaching. But there are a lot of conservation efforts in the wild by governments in Africa and NGOs that are trying to preserve these guys in the wild so that they'll be there for generations to come.
And here at the Oregon Zoo, what will their life be like, or here at the zoo, I guess?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think these guys are going to have a really great life here. Bongos tend to be antelope as a prey species or as prey animals. They tend to be flightier, a little bit more hesitant to come up to a keeper or interact with a keeper. It not only depends on the species, but how we work with them too. These guys really love their keepers, so they because they've been habituated in San Diego. The keepers worked very closely with them out in a field exhibit. They'd never been inside before they came here. They really love their barn right now. They're very cozy in the colder weather. And they come right up to us and eat out of our hands, and they like scratches. So I think they're going to be quite happy here. They're going to get a lot of individual attention from their keepers. And I'm just ecstatic to have these guys here. It's going to be lots and lots of fun.
I mean, it sounds like this is a really unique opportunity, given how rare these guys are, to see them at the Oregon Zoo.
Yeah, to see them at the Oregon Zoo and to educate the public about an endangered species that most people don't really know exists. I don't even think most people know how many different types of species there are in Africa. It's an immense category, and the diversity within that category of animals, the antelope, African antelope, is immense.
When people are going to go to the zoo and see these two guys here, which what are their names again, really quick?
Bentley and Banjo.
Bentley and Banjo.
The bongos.
Bentley and Banjo, the bongo. When people go to the zoo to see Bentley and Banjo, what are some things that they're going to notice or that they should look for when they're standing there observing these guys?
Well, these guys are both juveniles. So one, Banjo is the older one. He just had a birthday, January 27th, so exactly a month ago. And then Bentley will have a birthday on March 16th. So they're both very, very frisky, spunky. They're going to be doing a lot of jumping around, a lot of mock fighting, which we call sparring. It's kind of like, two boxers in the ring, just trying to figure each other out. When you see these guys go at it and they're clashing with their horns and stuff, that's play. It's not aggressive at all. I mean, it can become aggressive, but with these two guys, they're brothers. I believe they have the same father, different mothers. And even though this is not an incredibly social species in the wild, it doesn't really matter. When you put them together, sometimes they can really enjoy each other's company. They grew up together. They were both babies at the same time in San Diego. So they give each other that comfort, but they're going to be jumping around, playing. Right now, they're still trying to figure out the exhibit. It's a new space. They're not used to being in a zoo. They came from a safari park where they would see people on a train or their keepers coming out to visit them in a truck. But now they have guests come up and they're getting used to it, and they're pretty brave. They're pretty brave guys. Right now, currently, they have the choice to go inside and get away if they want. But when the weather gets better, we might have them out full time. If we're going to observe them the whole time, if at any time they seem stressed or upset, then we're going to give them access again and let them come in. So it's going to be a gradual process to build their confidence so that they feel happy out there on exhibit and not stressed. We won't let them become stressed out on exhibit and just leave them.
What do you think is the most important thing for people to know when they head to the zoo to see this?
To see these guys?
Yeah.
Well, they're between the rhinos and the giraffe. So that's probably the most important thing to know. If there's a walkway, you see the black rhinos, and then you see the bongo, and then you see the giraffe. So that's one of my favorite little walkways. I'm a hoofstock person. I have been my entire career. So I love giraffe. I love antelope. We only have one other antelope, and he's a little Speaks gazelle. He lives with giraffe right now.
Nice. Well, Noah, thank you, for having time to talk to us about this, and just really excited to go see these guys. I mean, and all the work that the Oregon Zoo does, which is incredible. And yeah, well, I'm excited to get out there and see some bongo.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I definitely encourage people to come out and check them out. They're beautiful, beautiful animals. It just doesn't get much better than this. Some of their relatives are my favorite animals as well, but these bongo, they're just absolutely gorgeous.
Can't wait.
Fun.
Fantastic. All right, well, Noah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
Huge thank you also to the Oregon Zoo for setting that up, and Noah, and we always appreciate talking to them and finding out about the great work that they're doing. This is Fox 12 Now. I said it at the beginning, just reminding again, we're live streaming here. We have plenty more coming up this afternoon. I am going to be speaking to Jeff Swickert, who is the person who, his organization anyway, the Swickert Group, purchased the U.S. Bank Tower in downtown, and now they just purchased the 5 Oak Tower also. So we're going to talk to him about that and what he sees there in downtown Portland to continue to purchase these buildings. We're also going to have a Friday Cocktails with Julie segment coming up because it is Friday after all, so why not? So plenty more. If there's breaking news, I'll have that for you as well. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and you'll see the programming switch for just a few, but then we'll be right back at it here with Fox 12 Now. And thank you very much for being here with us. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube or maybe the website, to download one of those apps, because whether that's for your mobile device or for your Fire TV, Roku TV, Apple TV, great ways to watch all the stuff that we do. That includes on-demand content for so many things. Find out whatever you're interested in and just go down that rabbit hole. You'll find it there on the Fox 12 Oregon app. So thanks for joining us. Back in a bit with more Fox 12 Now.